not want to be like, here, take care of like the dog.
That was me.
That's like I wouldn't do that for anybody.
Like you're right, the dogs are hard work. But cat is nowhere. I'm telling you, it's great. Like next to my dogs, the cat is
Right now.
I mean,
Okay. So we're back on Facebook Live, and we're getting ready to tape our last segment of the YaJagoff Podcast. Again, you can download it on iTunes and Google Play Music and all that kind of stuff. But we were having so much fun here crafting, we thought, well, let's just keep going on Facebook Live. So that's what we're doing. The YaJagoff Podcast is here, and we're going to come in with some music. Right, Wayne? Absolutely. All right.
We are rolling. 3.
So that music is Chasing the Barons from their new extended play album, Propose a Toaster. And I found them this morning as I was trying to find the music. And I was like, these guys are so crazy good. And once again, you know, food is good in Pittsburgh. Art is good in Pittsburgh. Music is even incredible in Pittsburgh. And quite frankly, a guy who's been through the comedy scene in Pittsburgh when it probably wasn't so good, but it's a strong power play too right now, the comedy scene in Pittsburgh. And our next guest has been crafting and doing quite the job over there, I think. And we're going to get an assessment from Jennifer in a little bit here. But Pittsburgh icon comedian Jimmy Krenn.
Thanks,
how are
brother.
you, man?
Great, John. I'll tell you, what a great, fun day today. Thanks for having me, man. And Kristen and Baron, hanging with some great people. I want to tell everybody out there, I was so relaxed making the jewelry. I'm making some jewelry there for my wife. And at Hobby Prodigy, I can't recommend it more because this guy, Baron is a true artist, right? Amazing talent. I have no talent for art. I mean, we were saying it, right, Chris?
Right. Oh, none. Zero.
It's an art, but it's so relaxing that I'm coming out here with my wife next week. I was telling Jen, this is my new thing. This is my new hobby. But I got to tell you, as my jewelry was drying, I think I have something. I think I'm going to start the Krenn jewelry line. And Jen and I are going to talk about getting a kiosk here in the mall. She doesn't know yet. But I'm going to start. I think I start kiosk and we build. I don't think we just jump into a store. And Baron's coming on as my partner with this too, this jewelry line. We both talked about it already. We're launching it probably in a month because it's pretty much, it's all it would take. As you can see, I worked that masterpiece and it only took me about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I could crank these things out constantly. It'd be amazing.
I could see you be high competition
Thank you.
for the Amish
Thank
furniture people right in the kiosk next to you. Yes.
I think I can crush them because I could do radio ads. I can do that. It would be awesome. Baron and I have been working out. Baron, that's what Baron and I've been working on. He's helping me now.
Yeah,
we're working together. We're a
Yeah.
team on this jewelry.
I
here.
see it. Yeah,
I love
Krenn.
it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it's a great name.
Thank you,
Jimmy
Thank you.
Krenn.
I love it. Thank you,
I might name the cat that.
Yeah, I would be honored. That'd be honored. That'd be awesome.
There's
I
a cat,
never had
there
a
may be a cat out there named Jimmy Krenn.
I never had a cat named after me. That's awesome. We're talking about getting a cat.
So we had some confusion even here this morning because we kept saying, hey, Jimmy, hey, Jimmy, hey, Jimmy. And Jimmy Lee works here, right? And she's like, every time you say Jimmy, I'm looking. I'm like, so now we have to kind of say Jimmy Krenn is it's one word.
I like
Jimmy
it.
Krenn.
No, it's a great word to say.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Krenn needs to be in Pittsburghese.
Yeah.
Jimmy Krenn.
I love it.
It's certainly not going to make it. You know, you could. These guys are signing an LLC as we're talking right here. Baron Betts and Jimmy Krenn jewelry line.
Poor Baron had no idea what he was in for when he came today. He's now doing a jewelry line.
You could join our jewelry line.
Oh, all right.
I like your painting work there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can paint straight lines.
That's all we need. Part of the jewelry line.
If I don't have to do anything actual design, I'm good. If I can just do flat out painting, I'm fine.
So Jimmy, how did we get
Jimmy
you
Krenn
out?
jewelry line. We don't care. We accept all.
How did we get you out on a Saturday morning to craft? What was the attraction here today?
You, bud. You always have fun shows, man. It's always a party on your show.
Oh, my God.
And I'm so happy that I did find this place. And that's why I want everyone, watching on Facebook and listening on the podcast to check out this place, Hobby Prodigy. I mean, got to talk to Jen, such a nice person. And I think that's what all places, like, Baron's a good-hearted person. I think anybody who has any kind of outlet, like your art and your gallery and this store, it comes from a great place, from good people, and that's what I want everyone to know out there. so when you come here, you're supporting some good people. And I guess Jen was telling me the charity work, that paying it forward a bit, counting our blessings. And you do a lot of charity work you're going to be doing with this, right? Each month, you were telling me how you're featuring a charity. And I just think that's the coolest thing in the world.
Absolutely. Crafts for a Cause.
Crafts for a Cause.
Absolutely.
Every month, right?
Every month we adopt a foundation or a cause. Our grand opening, we launched the Crafts for a Cause for a young lady who passed away with brain cancer, and there's a trust fund for her children, and we know her sister-in-law. And so we went ahead and dedicated a raffle that day. Just in cash, we almost had $400. We haven't calculated the 10% from the breakfast tray we launched. And so the goal is that we adopt a foundation for the entire month, and we pick a craft, and 10% of that craft the entire month goes to foundation, and that foundation one day out of the month can do a whole event that day.
That's
so they can
amazing.
raise money however they would wish, and then we work on a special menu for them, however they want to do it. We work with them on that so that there can be awareness, and it's not just one day but the entire month. And so we add their stories to our craft menu, the whole bit. Yeah.
The thing I love about it is no pressure here, like as far as like doing the artwork, and as an artist, man, there's no wrong way. It just comes out. And, yours comes out beautiful. Mine comes out. Yours looks like a crime scene. Mine totally comes out. But that's okay. That's okay. That's what I love about the place. So if you could be an accountant or whatever, and everybody has some level of artistic ability, right? To do in some way, right?
Absolutely. Everybody uses that every day. When you choose what you're going to wear, when you wake up, when you figure out what you want to eat, that is like a form of creativity you're using for you to like enjoy you more. Like that's what that's
true.
like what this is.
Mine's more like a Jackson Pollock.
Yeah,
all over the place.
Glitter. You're gonna see cat. This is what's new in the art: cats and glitter.
Yeah, cats and glitter.
That sounds like a bar somewhere.
Cats and glitter.
Yeah, there's
Not
dancing.
sure what kind of a
dancing
bar.
begins. Dancing begins at midnight. Yeah,
Exactly.
Jimmy, what would all your
on
comedian
the
friends
glitter.
say about you sitting here crafting with glitter? Do you
I think they'd be very impressed about this. Absolutely, man. This is art.
Any of your
It's all
celebrities?
about,
Would you invite
man.
any of your celebrities over to craft?
Owen Wilson would be really, really good. Because man, I can make some jewelry. I can even do an elephant. I can do it all here. Hobby Prodigy.
Terrific. The president's a terrific, tremendous, greatest place ever. No, really, just greatest place. Hobby Prodigy, tremendous, terrific, really terrific. It really, really is.
I didn't even think Charles Bronson would have a good time
really
here.
good, really nice.
Jack Nicholson likes it because it's very relaxing. Yeah, I feel like I'm stoned. Painting crafts. Crafting is great. It's all right. Even tense Liam Neeson can really calm down here. Very special skills that would be a nightmare to a man like you. I can make jewelry with glitter in 10 seconds. Think nothing of it.
The cast of characters from Jimmy Krenn. Jimmy,
I had coffee or s'mores.
When we started off earlier, let's talk about the comedy scene. Pittsburgh's known for its food scene. It's people are flipping houses and getting on TV for that, and the art scene, and people like Barron putting us on the map, and Dave DiCello and those kind of guys. And the comedy scene is no weak scene here either at this point.
It's made a big comeback. When I was a kid, I really was very quiet, and I started doing talent shows. And I started to go to, there's a little club in Oakland called The Portfolio. And the lineup was Dennis Miller, Billy Elmer, Billy Martin, who is a writer now for Bill Maher's show and one of the executive producers of Maher's show, Randy Lubis, who owns all types of comedy clubs in Los Angeles and is a great comedian, and a guy named Rick Rockwell. And all these guys were doing showcase. And I was a kid, and Dennis Miller spotted me at the end of the night. I was up 10 minutes to 2 at the end, a new comic. And he came over, Dennis Miller fashion, hey, Chachi, or whatever you call me. He goes, why don't you come back and do this? You think you got something here. So it was really nice hearing it from him, because he was advanced. He had done some stuff in New York and came back to Pittsburgh at that point. His
That's
material,
him screaming right
his
now.
material was always brilliant, even then was a kid. Then he brought me back to open up and stuff. And then all of a sudden, after 2 years of that, I was still in college going to IUP. The comedy club boom happened. And Pittsburgh had a Pittsburgh Comedy Club. And what happened was every city in the country almost, every major market had 4 clubs. I'm not kidding. Because this is before, like, cable was, HBO was just starting. You may have gotten a Robin Williams special or something like that. But the comedy club concept, I kid you not, it would be everywhere you went, from Charlie Goodnight's in North Carolina to the club in Fort Myers to Pittsburgh Comedy Club. It would be sold out from Tuesday night to Sunday. Sold out. Lines around the block to get in these clubs. Needless to say, a guy from a blue-collar town of no entertainment type family, I was able to make a living at it because what they needed was warm bodies that had an act. So I was able to start out as an MC, then middle, then headliner. And there was a certain structure that still lives today. So what happened was that it boomed for many years. Then cable came in the glut of all the shows on TV, and the next generation got used to the comedians. They didn't really have to go out as much. You could see specials on demand, everything. So it dropped off. Now, there's a resurgence. In Pittsburgh, especially, there are a lot of great comedians in Pittsburgh. Your son being one of them, Colin. A lot of young, great comedians because there's open stages. It's just like anything. You need open stage. That's the gym. That's like Monday night, we'll do Pleasure Bar. There's like an open stage almost every single night where I could go work out. Because I make a living doing corporate comedy, and I have a show May 12th at the Oaks Theater, and I still do once a month. I try to do a public show here in Pittsburgh.
You stole my question, Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Kristen.
Yeah. Go ahead. Set him up for that, as a matter of fact.
Let's do it again.
Jim, I understand
Take
you
two.
have a big show coming up.
Well, surprise. May 12th. So at the Oaks. But, I love doing that. And I go to Los Angeles like every 3 months or so to showcase and do the rooms out there with some friends. And it's important, the open stage rooms here in Pittsburgh, because when you go to showcase in Los Angeles and someone's paying $20 to see you, it's got to be it's got to be your best product. And so the open stage is the key. And I think after 20 minutes, to answer your question, the comedy scene right now in Pittsburgh is flourishing again because there's more open stages, giving more outlets for people. And for some reason, I'm noticing more women in comedy, which is great. I think women are it's very funny. There's no difference in the gender. Comedy's comedy. Sarah Silverman, people that have shown that. And I'm seeing more female young comedians. And I think the only reason I think maybe before it was maybe not because it was you're on the road a lot, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't as attractive to that. Maybe families didn't want their daughters out there at 19 years old on the road. I have no idea why. But it seems like there's a definitely more females, which I love because I think there's some really funny women. I saw Tammy Pescatelli's a friend of mine. She's brilliant. I just saw her last week when I was working in Seven Springs. But anyway, part of that reason there's more gender equality in stand-up and the fact that there's more open stages, I think we're seeing a major resurgence in comedy here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
major.
It's very cool. Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a lot of years.
30 years.
Do you have some epic story about one time that was just disastrous, like you walked out on the stage and fell flat on your face, or that one show that just lives in your mind as, oh, dear God?
Yeah, there's a few. There was...
Other than crafting.
There was a show I did. I was starting out in Donaldson's Crossroads in South Hills. And it was a tough bar. It was real rough. And they had like a makeshift stage, these milk cartons and this thing I was standing on. And this magician went on ahead of me. And he wasn't getting any response at all, the crowd. And I go up, and I'm just kind of new. I've only done it maybe 2 years. And I didn't know how to handle hecklers or anything. And this little person, LP, about 3.5 feet tall, comes out from underneath these lights, these spotlights. And I was stunned because I'm dying for 10 minutes. I'm not getting any laughs. And he comes out from underneath the light, and I had no line, but he looked like Barney Rubble from the Flintstones because he had blonde hair and it was parted to the side. So the only thing I said, I was just stunned. He came out and I go, has anyone ever told you look like Barney Rubble? And he attacked me.
Oh my
So
gosh.
he came at, so he come at me, and I swear to God, just like in the cartoons, I stiff-armed him on his forehead, his little arms, his little leg, and I swear to God, and they carried him out. They took him out, and after the show, right hand to God, I'm at the bar, and the magician buddy came up and says, "Hey, Jimmy." I said, "What?" He goes, "Hey." I said, "There's someone out in the parking lot waiting to beat you up." And I go, "Is it the little guy?" He said, he went in the lot and looked, he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'll be all right."
That's what it needs to be in Pittsburghese. When you get real mad, this is how you use Jimmy Krenn. That's how I imagine that happening. Jimmy Krenn.
Oh, man. Well, Jimmy,
Jimmy Krenn.
Jimmy, we appreciate you being on the podcast today.
love
Thanks
doing
for
the
coming
podcast.
crafting. And so
With
basically, we're going to bring Jen back on. Jen, just list everything that everybody was supposed to have made today, because I kind of cheated. Mine is like going on the Today Show where we mix the bread and then we go over to the oven and pull the finished one out, like right here. You know, like
That's good work.
we just have to make. But what did everybody make here today?
Okay, so we have one thing over here is a bottle opener that has a magnet catch. So on the back, there's a magnet that you glue inside. So in the front, when she puts on the bottle opener, it catches the cap at the bottom. So it's like a...
It's going to get a lot of use when it's done,
Yeah.
regardless of how good it looks.
And you've done a great job painting straight lines. It's
Thank you.
perfection.
Thank you.
So,
That's all I have,
bravo,
though, is a board
bravo.
with straight lines.
Yeah, there
There's
we
no
go.
bottle opener,
There we
no
go.
magnet. I got
Yeah.
nothing.
So Hobby Prodigy, we all have an inner prodigy, and Hobby Prodigy just helps everybody channel into that. So then we have photo coasters. So photo coasters are... Basically, we take any photo, any local artist photos too as well, and we can create photo coasters that are just personalized. So that's really a lot of fun, and that actually is one of our most popular. And string art as well is another one that is our most popular. Baron was doing. Basically, you can do bukus of things with string art. And then we had the glass glitter jewelry because Jim Krenn, I don't know if I can say this, so I'm going to spoiler alert here why he did that, but it's definitely not for him, but his better half.
Thank you, Jen.
Such a sweet idea. He said, he was looking at the craft menu, he said, I want to make that one. I want to make it for my wife. That was his first idea, it was for someone else. And that is why also we love doing what we do, because we have so many people coming in, and the first time they've ever crafted here, they make it for someone else and not for themselves. And we love that.
Jimmy Krenn has talked me into pretty much adopting a cat. I've been wanting a cat for a while.
Yes.
But this
Where's
should
it
just
called? Jimmy
be
Krenn.
this should
Oh,
need
there's
to be
your
on the
ID.
cat.
That
This
I'm gonna
is-
give that.
yes, we can have
Color
it.
decoration.
Jimmy Krenn.
We have a place in here that we can engrave the back with the number and the name. The Jimmy Krenn will be engraved on the back of that. We will make this happen.
I think
then if he
Hetty would.
messes up, I'll just
I
say,
think
Jimmy
that-
Krenn!
I think Hetty would want you to
And
have
the
that.
other thing is we can have a whole line of them, so we can get all kinds of colored glitter, glass glitter.
I'm
so
liking it.
So this cat can have the whole line. And
Yes.
we're looking at
Stylish.
doing a pet line of making leashes.
Really?
And stuff like that. So
Oh, I'll be out for that.
We're growing. Over the next year, we'll be expanding and doing a whole lot of fun stuff here for different lines. Theme crafts of the month, for,
Yeah.
craft-a-cons rather than a Comic-Con, and channeling your inner nerd rather than your inner genius, stuff like that. We're looking at a lot of fun stuff coming up.
There you go. Cool. So, and that has become the Jennifer Miller podcast right there, as a matter of fact. So, anyways, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, it's great. You're our gracious host, so we have to say thanks to everybody. Thanks to Baron. Thanks to Jimmy Krenn. Thanks to you so much for hosting us. Thanks for the Starbucks and all that kind of stuff. And we are a couple of notes here. Make sure if you're listening to the podcast, you subscribe to it. Make sure on iTunes you leave some comments, because that really helps us a lot, actually. And thanks to the Frank Murgy and Wayne Weil from the Pittsburgh Podcast Network for being with us all the time. A couple of programming notes. On May 6th, we will be recording our podcast from the Segways at the Sheraton Station Square. We're going to be podcasting while we segue, as far as you know. And on May 13th, we're doing a YaJagoff Northside tour. I don't know if you know about these three museums, but there's Randyland, there's the Bicycle Heaven Museum, and Johnny Angel's Ginchy Stuff Music Museum, where he has all the doo-wop kind of music stuff. We're going to be doing a tour on May 13th. You can get all of that. On June 3rd, we're going to be doing a podcast live from the Foundry on the North Shore. So we're really busy. Kristen, can we sign you up?
Absolutely.
There you go. And on June 17th, Kristen is actually coming back to talk about her life as a crime reporter, which the stories she's already talked about are so crazy. So you got to make sure you go there. So, and we want to thank our sponsor,
Total Sports Enterprises, and they have launched the epitome of office makeover contests. TSE and the All-Star Grill in Robinson are teaming up for businesses to win a lunch tray and slaw, because you can't have a lunch without slaw in Pittsburgh, for their company, and be entered to win an office update, TSE style, up to $2,000. Picture your office in black and gold. Visit TSEshop.com and YaJagoff for more details to win.
Boom, how good. Let's give her a round of applause for doing that,
Very nice.
right? So
Fantastic.
thank you, Kristen, from the Beaver County Times.
John,
Good, Jimmy?
why am I the only one with an apron? I like the messy one. You guys just said he's the messy one.
Didn't you get the note to bring your crafting shirt? We all wore our
you had to
crafting
keep
shirt.
all the dog hair off the crowd.
This is true. Thank you. You're right.
There you go. That is the YaJagoff Podcast. Talk to you next week.
That's true. Answers questions.
This is for Jimmy Krenn.
I'm putting it on a bet. Hetty would want that.